Richard Jeter and Mildred Loving, a couple from Virginia, traveled to Washington, D.C. in 1958 to get married. After they returned home, they were taken into custody. Since Richard was white and Mildred was an indigenous woman of the Rappahannock tribe labeled as colored.
So forget the part where she's mixed. She's of African descent and Native descent. They were worrying more about the African ancestry than the Indian ancestry. And this only happened in Virginia. The simple fact that they moved to Washington, D.C. to get married clarifies and verifies that it was only in Virginia.
Eventually, that sentence was suspended after both of them decided to leave the state.
The case arose after Richard Loving, a white man, and Mildred Jeter, a woman of mixed African American and Native American ancestry. See, this is what these pretendians leave out. Why did you leave out the fact that she was a woman of mixed ancestry? Traveled from their residences in Central Point, Virginia, to Washington, D.C. to be married on June 2nd, 1958. Having returned to Central Point, they lived in the home of Mildred's parents, while Richard, a construction worker, built the new house for the couple. In July 1958, police entered the Lovings' bedroom in the early morning hours and arrested them for having violated the state's ban on interracial marriage. At a hearing in Virginia State Court in January 1959, the Lovings pleaded guilty to having violated Section 2058 of the Virginia State Code, which prohibited a white person and a colored person from leaving the state to be married and returning to live as man and wife. Section 2058 specified that punishments for violation of the law, confinement in the state penitentiary for 1 to 5 years, should be the same as that provided in Section 2059, which prohibited marriage between white and colored persons. The term white person was defined in 2054 as a person with no other admixture of blood other than white and American Indian. Let me repeat this. This is why I don't know why these aboriginals, these abos, keep using this when this does not help your argument. It doesn't help your argument. They did not care if she was an American Indian, provided that the amount of Indian blood was 1/16 or less. All right? The term colored person was defined in Section 114 as a person in whom there is a discernible any Negro blood. Let me repeat that. Any Negro blood. So that means that you can't have no Negro blood. But yours keep saying that she was misclassified. They didn't care about that. They cared about her having that African ancestry. Proclaimed that any trace of African ancestry, regardless of how remote, unquestionably made a person black. The judge sentenced the Lovings to 1 year in jail, but suspended the sentence on the conditions that the couple, now listen, the judge sentenced the Lovings to 1 year in jail, but suspended the sentence on a condition that the couple leave the state immediately and not return as man and wife for a period of 25 years. So they was able to leave the state. So why do y'all keep acting like misclassification was for every Indian in the world, when actually this law was really for people of African descent? It was for people of African descent. See, y'all missing the point. Walter Plecker was for those natives who were mixed with African. Let me repeat that. The natives who were mixed with African. So we know that Negro and Indian were not the same. It's your brother YK the Truth, and I'm out. Peace.